This is Linux, Make the Switch.
Episode number 6, Games, Part 1.
Hosted by Travis.
And Brandon. You can email us at
linuxmaketheswitch@gmail.com.
Also check out our new forums we have set up at linuxmaketheswitch.com/forum.
So on this episode we're going to update Wine, which is we've previously installed, but we're going to update it to the latest version, which at the time of this episode is going to be 0.9.17.
Then we're going to install Steam, which you need in order to play Half-Life, Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike Source, and all those other great games.
Yeah, we're going to make this episode pretty much a series, so several parts to it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of long to show you how to get every single game known to man to work. So we're going to do a few at a time.
Alright, first we're going to start with Steam, because it's probably one of the favorite games out there.
Yeah.
Or favorites out there, I'm sorry. And if you have any other game ideas, please email us at linuxmaketheswitch@gmail.com or post them in the forum, which we just recently added, which is linuxmaketheswitch.com/forum.
Okay, first off, we're going to go get the latest version of Wine. We're going to head over to winehq.com and go to Get Wine Now. Wait for Firefox to load up here.
Yep. Wine HQ, as we mentioned before, is like basically the wine headquarters. It's
Yes,
the
it is.
official website for wine. Here we go.
And Get Wine Now.
And we're going to get the SUSE one because that's what we're running.
Yep. If you're running any other distro, scroll down and find it. And
Whoa.
we're going to download 0.9.17, this one right here. But we already have it downloaded because we're good. We're fast.
Yeah, we're sweet like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're going to double click on the RPM.
And just single click. This is
Single click.
KDE.
Sorry. Yeah.
And if we were in GNOME, we would have to double click.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna
Logging
go
in as
ahead.
root.
Yeah, it's gonna go ahead and load up the installer.
Now, we already installed Wine, but why are we upgrading? What's the whole 0.0.01 version better difference, I guess?
Well, the reason for doing this is because of ActiveX. Steam uses an ActiveX controller, and Linux does not have ActiveX support because of security reasons.
Makes
Those
sense.
are, in Internet Explorer, all your security holes, they were mostly an ActiveX thing.
Nice.
So, in older versions of Wine, the ActiveX controller was not built into it, so you'd have to go and search for it. This way we don't have to.
Okay, so we're going to install the newer version of Wine, and will it conflict with the old one, or?
No, we're going to install it the same way as we did before. Just click the icon. As far as conflict goes, there should be none. RPM is very good at installing, upgrading. Travis, why don't you tell people a little bit more about RPM, seeing as how you used Red Hat before?
Oh, Red Hat. Alright. Well, when we did the first episode, which we installed Wine, we did use the RPM. But the RPM basically stands for, which is the Red Hat Package Manager, because, Red Hat's the one that basically developed it, came out with it. And it's pretty much making software installing under Linux very easy. I mean, because other ways to install software would be from source, which I guess can be a pain for the beginning user.
Mm-hmm.
But, or if you're using other distributions, it would be like a install
like Yast
package. Yeah,
or
like that. Yeah.
the other stuff for Ubuntu or
Debian, whatever you got out there.
yeah. And as far as I know, the RPM program is almost on every Linux distro.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna, as we showed you before in the previous episodes in which we installed Wine, the box is checked.
Don't have to mess with anything. Just install.
While this is installing, we're gonna do a little mini-series here.
Yep, this is a segment within a segment.
Yes, we're gonna talk about the command line, and Travis here is going to show us two different commands: ls and let's see, what's the other one? cd.
CD. Okay. ls, for you DOS users out there, is pretty much the same as dir, which is dir, directory, I guess.
Yes.
So basically, ls will show you the contents of where we're at.
Yeah.
Which we got bin, desktop, documents, OS, and public HTML. Now, CD, which I think changed directory.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Let's say we want to go to desktop.
No, wait.
Wait,
Remember, in Linux.
Capitalization counts.
Yes, it does.
Remember that.
Yep, and
there we
we're in
go.
desktop.
Now if we want to see what's going on in the desktop, there we go.
And show them, do you know how to change up one directory?
Ooh, that's a little...
Alright.
You take that one, Brandon.
Alright.
You take that one.
CD space dot dot.
Ah,
There we go. We're back up one directory.
not bad.
Yes, it's
It's
very
like
useful.
the back button.
Yes, it is the
but
back
not-
button.
But not.
Okay, then I'm going to show you three different commands. One of them is clear. Clears the screen.
Alright.
Yeah, it's like CLS and DOS and
Yeah.
the command line under Windows. Then we have make directory, mkdir. Makes a directory. We just made a directory called LOL.
Not bad, not bad.
Yes. And then the other one is cat. And what cat does is it lists the contents of a file. So if we were to create a file, we're going to do a little bit old school here. Use an old program called VI. And it's going to create a file called lol.txt. And VI is a text editor for the console.
Nice.
Yes. We'll show you more in depth about VI later on.
We're just using this for example base, right?
Yep. Cat lol.txt.
There you go. That's the content of it. All right.
Yes.
Now here's mine, because you know how much of a fan I am of the command line. Here's my favorite one. Shabam. Back to the GUI.
Ooh. There we go. It's a little mini series on the console there.
Yep. And here, look, back and wine is almost installed. That's good
Yes.
timing.
Yes. That's why we put this in there, so there's no dead air while we were installing.
Yep. We had a person mention that, but we thought he suggested that we should throw in a little mini segments, explain some more in depth about Linux.
Yeah, like file systems kind of stuff, which we're going to do definitely a mini segment later. But we wanted to get you familiar with the console because we're going to actually have to use it to install Steam.
Yeah.
And actually what we could be doing right now is we could actually go and download the Steam installer. It's less than a megabyte, so we don't have to worry about time
Yeah.
for this.
Now, where are we going to be going for the Steam installer?
We will be going to steampowered.com, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's steampowered.com. But if you notice our software.
Yep,
installations-
steampowered.com.
Alright, yeah.
Steampowered.com.
Alright.
No.
And our installer's finished?
Hey, to close out of Firefox. Sweet.
Yep.
Well, seeing as how... Actually, we'll go back. We'll download that really quick. Then we'll show you what's next.
Yep. So remember, steampowered.com.
Yes. Or you can just go to Google and type in Steam and it'll bring up Valve right here. And get Steam now.
Right on the top. You don't have to scroll down or anything.
Nope. Then click here to download the Steam installer. And we're gonna just hit OK. And there we go. That was pretty quick.
It was? Very, very quick.
Okay, we can exit out of that now. Now we're going to open back up the console.
This is the only way to run wine, unless you create an icon.
Yes. You have to use a shell script.
We don't, yeah.
Yeah, we
won't
don't need
get
to
into
deal with
right.
that just yet. Okay. First off, we need to get some fonts from Windows. The Tomaha fonts, to be exact. We can get them from our Windows directory, or do a Google search for the file.
Yeah.
And once we get that, we need to put it in a certain folder. And in order to, first off, we have to create that folder, so we need to do a wine boot, which sometimes wine will install and install the folder for us, but sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't, we just hit wine boot.
And it'll configure it.
Yes, it'll create the folder for our username, which will store all of our config files for it and all of our software. See, where it says creating config directory, we're going to want to open up this directory in either Conquer, or if you want to navigate to it using the command line, or using any other file browser that you want to use. Be old school and use Midnight Commander.
Whoa.
Yes, that's a shell. That's a console program. It loads up and it's pretty cool.
You're all about the old school programs today, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Okay, it created the folder successfully. So we could go to My Computer. And we're going to type in home Brandon. Oops, spelled my name wrong again. .wine drive C Windows fonts, and once you get that font, you're going to put that font right in this folder here. And we're not going to spend the time doing that because all you need to do is just grab that font file. And like I said, either get it from your Windows directory or do a Google search for the file.
And then just remember to copy it right into that folder.
Yep. Okay, we already got the Steam installer, and we're going to type in ls. Okay, that's not there, so we're going to cd to our desktop because more than likely it's there. ls again.
There we
Steam
go.
installer. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install Steam. To do this, type in wine steam install.exe. And it's going to install Steam just like you would through Windows.
Not bad.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you notice, that's a exe, which is not a Linux.
Yes, it's not Linux friendly.
Yeah, not Linux extension at all.
Yes.
Just throw that out.
Okay,
there.
we're just going to hit next, next again. And you're going to see some of these fix me things. We don't have to worry about that just yet. I agree. You could read it if you want. We're over the age of 13. Like I said, it's just like installing it under Windows.
Wow.
Yes.
That is insane. Look at that file copy right there.
Yeah.
Notice the C/program or C drive/program files. Yeah, that doesn't happen in Linux very often.
No, it doesn't.
Alright.
There we go. We have Steam installed.
And now it's updating.
Yep. Okay. Now right here, we might hang at 26%, meaning the application might. It's a bug known as a 26% bug.
Oh wait. What's going on? 26.
Sometimes it crashes, then it'll reload itself. Other times it'll just crash and.
Okay.
Yep.
There we
Okay.
go.
It's updating. It's some distros. It doesn't do that. What you would have to do is you would have to type in that command again, wine boot, and keep trying it until it works. And if that still doesn't work, we'll show you something else that you can do. I had to use it on Ubuntu, but on Ubuntu, you have the 26% bug happens, and on OpenSUSE it does not.
Yeah. Well, it restarted, but it
Yeah.
seems to be fine right now.
And if you want to figure out a little bit more about this, you can head back over to WineHQ and go to their application database and look for Steam in there, and it will show you how to, if the way that we show you how to fix the 26% bug, or if you have any other bugs, it should tell you how to fix them there.
If you'll notice down here, we have a new little.
Yes, we have the Steam icon as you would under Windows.
Yeah.
And there's also another bug. It's the keyboard focus. Sometimes you don't get a keyboard focus. Meaning, like if you try and type in the box for your user and your password, it doesn't type.
Yeah.
And a couple of ways around that is to copy and paste it in. Or there's another way of doing it which they don't recommend, but I would just copy and paste. And I don't believe, well, you can have Steam on your startup, but we wouldn't recommend doing it.
Yeah. Now is it because of the ActiveX? Or?
No, because you never want that kind of stuff just on your startup.
Yeah.
Even in Windows, you don't really want to have too much on your startup. It clogs it and everything.
Mm-hmm. It would be especially slow for us due to the emulation, but
Yes.
for your lower systems out there, it
Well,
just wouldn't be great.
even if you have a lower system, you might not even be playing Steam at all.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. Take that back.
Okay, and there we go. We have Steam up and running. We're going to close out of it, though, and we're going to show you how to start Steam up.
Yeah.
And it's shutting down. It's going to take a little bit to shut down because it has to go through everything that it would in Windows, but under an emulation format.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this a Wine emulator? Is this mainly for games, or is this
You can use it for anything.
anything? It's basically straight up
Yep,
Windows.
you can install like Microsoft Office if you
Amazing.
want to be, I don't know, cool, I guess, and use Office.
Instead of OpenOffice, which is completely free and perhaps better.
Yes, yes. Or there's a couple other good free, Word.
What's it called? There's a name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Office Suite. Or
Yeah, an
something like
Office
that.
Suite.
Something
There's a
like that.
couple of them out there. They're pretty
Yeah.
good. And Steam. Oh, okay. You had to enter. Okay.
All right, cool.
So in order to start Steam, we're gonna type this in. Okay, what this Catilde means is our home. Actually, we don't even need that. Is our home directory, which would be home / whatever your username is. Then .wine / drive. You can type in DRI, then hit tab, and I'll finish it off for you. And then type in PRO, hit tab, and I'll finish it off for you. Hit STE, hit tab, finish it off for you. Hit enter. Then we're going to do LS. As you can see, we have steam.exe. And all we need to do is wine steam.exe. And then hit enter. And Steam will load up.
Again, exe. It's just mind-blowing to see that under Linux.
Yes. There we go. We have Steam installed. Time to play some games?
Perhaps. Let's go for it.
Okay, that is it for Linux Make the Switch, episode number 6, Games Part 1. Until next time.